right, y'all. If y'all want to give it a minute, see if anybody pops on in here.
Yep. Before we get going, I just want to say if there's anybody here that has followed this blog that I've been doing for years and years, I know I got friends that I met through Twitter who are probably watching and checking it out. I'm working with Mike and Courtland and several others, and we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff coming up. And I'm really excited to finally be doing something more than just writing words.
What's up, nigga?
Oh my, I love this. Oh.
That's what we're starting with. Great to see you. Yeah, no big deal. Just fucking casual.
Hey,
Who gives
this is
a shit?
the best way to kick off the first video on here. But yeah, let me tweet this link out. I just wanted to say that at the beginning. Pro Wrestling Truth Up and Over Pod. We're about to bust loose.
Yeah.
I gotta get the link and share it.
Oh, we're casually chilling.
Oh, perfect. This shit is dope as fuck. Looks good. I'm gonna do an Instagram story real quick.
Mike, Ethan.
What's up?
Peace and love, guys. I love you guys.
I love you, bro. You're leaving soon, yeah?
Yeah, I'm leaving next week, so I'm not gonna be on the pod next week.
Oh, well, fuck us, I guess. When are you leaving?
Monday.
Okay. Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. You should have Hunter on next week, though.
We could do just the four of us. It'd be a bad day. Casey would be doing a lot of editing.
Just there.
No one. Nobody.
All right, I'm gonna let
One
you guys
second,
finish.
buddy.
I
just want to get this link out before we start.
You got weed?
No, not really. I got like a bowl pack.
You're good. All right, brother.
I love y'all. Y'all be safe.
All right, well.
Wait a minute. I'll say give it another minute or two.
You're fine. I'm chilling, bro. Live chat.
I gotta get this link.
I apologize, the world, for any.
Oh, yeah, but there's no editing on this side of things, baby.
Nothing, baby. We're live.
Intoxication is a hell of a thing.
It's something, ain't it?
I just want to get this.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of others.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Sorry for the hold up. No one's here yet, but if you're watching this back later, we're just trying to get the links out and get some people in the live chat.
And I suppose while we're waiting on some people to pop in, we might as well cover a little bit of AEW Dynamite from this past week on Wednesday, the 17th of November, if that's okay with you, Courtland.
Oh, he's got to flip his notebook.
We were from the Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia, and happy Cowboy Day shit. Cowboy shit day, God bless. We got a backstage segment from the Elite where Kenny said that he had to go away from AEW and had to work on himself. And really what it comes down to is he was working injured for the past 6-8 months. And he asks if they'll hold down the fort. Cole says, "Cleaner, I got it." And you see a little bit of tension there from Cole and Kenny. And he says that was more directed at the Young Bucks. And so that little tiny seed of dissension there is really good shit. You could say what you want. I know that you're not the biggest Kenny Omega proponent there, Courtland, but this was good to see. Yeah, for sure.
And also, I mean, dude, this guy's been wrestling with these lagging injuries for, gosh, who knows how long. I mean, Meltzer's been reporting that he's been going through this and that for, I mean, almost a year now, from his shoulder to his, I believe his quad. He had abdominal pain for a long time. I mean, you can just see that in his early matches with the company, that he really stressed it. But dude, I mean, he's been wrestling for how many months? And you look back at it now, knowing what we know. I mean, dude, it's rare to see him lift somebody and he's been putting on these classic matches, like with Bryan Danielson, what you saw with Hangman Page, and dude, that's with barely any lifts. You know,
Yeah.
like he's going into One Winged Angel from behind, doing all neck. That's not no lifting of the arms. Apparently, he can't even lift a bar
Yeah.
with any form of weight on it. So, dude, hats off to you, bud. I hate that you wrestled injured. I don't wish that on anybody. I think that if you're hurt, you need to see help as soon as possible. You know, just because we don't want anyone to get hurt. It's a beautiful profession, and last thing I want to see, rather if I like you or don't like you, is see an accident in the ring. You get hurt, or at worst, you hurt somebody else. You know, and then,
For sure.
and then you blame yourself for it, and that's absolutely what nobody wants.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
glad
then
that
we
he's
had Dark Order members in the ring. This is like the first time we're actually seeing the ring on Dynamite rather. John Silver introduces our new AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Hangman Adam Page, to his hometown Virginia crowd. And the reaction here was a little lackluster, truly. I just don't feel like the Virginia crowd was as hot as they really could have been. He comes down, like Hangman comes down, says that he acknowledges the responsibilities that come with being world champion, and says that the next responsibility is taking care of the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. On cue, Danielson hits the ring and immediately congratulates Hangman with a big butt there. But I'm a little disappointed that this isn't Kenny Omega that I'm talking to right now, which was an awesome quick 180 from American Dragon.
In a matter of moments, we got 2006 ROH World Champion Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, rather than the happy-go-lucky 2021 Bryan Danielson.
I feel like truly, I mean, his heel runs in WWE were good for what they were, but it wasn't this. You know, just like with CM Punk, how we're never going to get anti-hero heel Punk, but we're going to get, you know, that original heel Punk, you know, just like we're going to get the old Bryan. And it's not just going to be going backwards, you know, I'm sure they're going to adapt to, you know, who they are now. But,
right. Hats
off to Bryan Danielson. I mean, music hits, cheers. Touches the microphone, less than a minute, boos. And
it was awesome.
It's so rare for someone to be able to do that. I mean, when it comes to the top of my head, I mean, Chris Jericho is definitely one of them. And like, that's it. You know, people that can just make an entire crowd flip on you with a sentence.
Right.
He mentions WrestleMania, and I thought he was about to get booed out of the building.
Oh man.
And
they're ready to beat him up in Virginia.
He gave the city heat. What did he say? He was like, of course, Virginia
doesn't know anything about hard work. Yeah, it's tough.
Like, it's awesome stuff. It's great shit. And then him saying he doesn't want Hangman to have any excuses because that's all his career has been. It's just
top-notch shit.
Yeah, this isn't exactly what I wanted whenever I wanted to see Bryan Danielson go for the AEW Championship. But I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I think it's going to be a good match with whoever Bryan Danielson decides to get into the ring with.
Yeah.
And we're going to touch on that.
Yeah,
match coming up.
Well, I'm not too worried about Dynamite right now. Let's get through Rampage from tonight as we were waiting on people to pop in. So Rampage tonight from November 19th, 2021 at the Chartway Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Excalibur does a quick welcoming to the home audience, and we jump straight into the action, which was Darby Allin versus Billy Gunn. This match was better than I anticipated. I'm just so meh when it comes to Billy Gunn. With that, though, there were some awesome spots in this. Early on in the match, you had Billy Gunn launch Darby Allin like a fucking missile in the air for a back body drop. Looked awesome. And then quickly after that, you had Darby Allin do his patented suicide dive, which literally was damn near suicide on television.
Yeah,
that was a perfect sidestep.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Darby was like in La La Land. I heard Ethan just sigh behind me there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Darby went on here and did all his pay-per-view bumps on fucking the secondary television show, which the first thing I thought of when I saw it was Casey's take from last night, and, you know, Casey, you might be turning me on Darby, dude. I'm kind of scared watching him do this every night. He ain't going to be able to wrestle in 5 years. He's just not. I love him, and it's great, and it's fun, but Jesus Christ, man. He took a tope suicida to the cement floor.
Yeah, and
on a taped show.
And it's something that he said that he doesn't want to wrestle for a long time. He's just here just to fucking party. That's it. Yeah, Darby Allin, what a fucking crazy human being.
I mean, his mark is made. So, my thing also here, Billy Gunn. We haven't really seen a lot of him on AEW. I don't really watch Dark and watch him and his sons fuck around, but I mean, this match was good. You worked the Darby formula. Billy Gunn's a big motherfucker, and he threw Darby's ass around. I was 2.5 on it, 2.25, 2.5, somewhere in there. I didn't like the finish, sort of. I don't know. Didn't Billy kick out at 1?
Billy kicked out at 1 on the first coffin drop. He hit 2 back to back.
It was kind of cool because it's like Billy doing like the thing that, you know, it's hot to do those finishes right now. Kick out at 1, boom, boom. So part of me is like, oh, that was fun. And the other part of me is like, damn, Billy just kicked out of his finisher. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, Billy's doing cool stuff here. I think this is his best match in the company thus far, for sure.
Yes.
He's doing little stuff during the commercial. He took a water break. It was like the ref walked up and was like, "We're in commercial," and he just looked. I don't know if it was Austin or the other son. I can't remember the other one's name. But he just grabs a water from him, takes a swig of water, walks around, super casual. What else do I have written down for Billy Gunn? There was a really ugly sunset flip in this match that I had written down. I can't really remember it off the top of my head now. But, I mean, it was bad enough for me to write it. But Sting comes in for the rescue after the finish in this match. And it doesn't do a whole lot of great for anybody, I feel like. Sting takes out the Gunn sons and then a chop block from Billy Gunn. And then they just kind of stomp him out, and Darby just kind of hangs out.
Yeah, it was. What do you do from here, right?
I mean, but that doesn't take away from Gun Club. I mean, apparently they're undefeated this year.
Apparently, we're at the end of the year, and you're saying apparently they're undefeated. That's how little their matches have mattered, right?
I mean, yeah, but they're on Dark and Elevation, and I don't blame them for being on them, especially if Billy Gunn is somebody who's saying, I still think my kids need to develop more and they need more matches under their belt. Then I'm not going to argue with you, you know. I don't want to take away from the importance of Darker Elevation, because, I mean, so many wrestlers that we're seeing that are slowly moving up to Rampage and Dynamite are all coming from there. And we can't act like there haven't been awesome matches on Darker Elevation.
Right. There's been some bangers for sure.
Absolutely.
After the match, you had the beatdown, and then it just kind of was meh. Then you had a Men of the Year promo. They essentially say that Jericho's still not really a man for beating up on poor Dan Lambert. Oh, by the way, we haven't seen the last of American Top Team in AEW. We talked about, and nobody's ever going to hear this, hear the audio from the podcast because we unfortunately had a technical difficulty today. You know, just the one day that I decided to pick the topic for the week. No big deal, Casey. If you ever listen to this, appreciate you. But
before you continue, this whole episode goes out to Casey. My man had a bad day.
Had a rough day,
bro. But
had
it's
a
okay.
rough day.
It is okay. We lost the episode, but let's be honest, man. We're going at each other's necks for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, bud. It was a tough one. We would have lost some people for sure with Casey saying "fuck the Young Bucks" essentially.
I couldn't sleep after we did it, honestly, and I had work at 6 a.m.
I'm gonna be canceled for sure.
That's it. We made it this far, and that's all we're doing. But like, does that never mind. We don't need to say that. But does it on a hypothetical neutralize the fact that we did say fuck Jerry the King Lawler and Jay Lethal and Marty Scurll? I mean, maybe, right? So who knows?
Maybe. Look who's in there.
I'll say it again on a bigger stage, but yeah, I'm not big on this American Top Team Inner Circle continuing. I hope that they decide slowly in the next week to just kind of kill it. Leave American Top Team, like maybe Dan Lambert still come out, but like move the needle along. If there are UFC fighters in American Top Team that want to pursue pro wrestling, let's do more than just Inner Circle or anything like that. I didn't know the text came through this laptop. That's but I want to see the needle move on them doing more stuff with it, but not as much as like 10-man tags and falls count anywhere stuff. Like if you want to do Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, or Santana and Ortiz, I'm 100%. I'll watch those matches all the time. I don't particularly want to do a Chris Jericho versus Dan Lambert on a pole or a cage someday. Like, I just hope it doesn't get there, and I hope they kill it before they end up inevitably in that corner.
Definitely.
Right.
I'd like to bring up something in the chat.
Yeah, you had Rage. Jeff said they keep talking about rankings, then use it, right? And I feel like at times they make it important, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, it's important this week, and then it's not important the week after. It needs to be something that they're consistently hitting on, right?
Where are Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky ranked?
I couldn't tell you.
I will admit, I look at the rankings every now and again, but it's not because I'm excited for the rankings. I'm just like, I know they loosely base what they're going to do next off of it.
Sure.
So I'll look, but...
Yeah, that's why the Orange Cassidy pin... Yeah, that's why the Orange Cassidy pin last week on Rampage was shocking to me. Is because this is a guy that's been perennial top 3 for the past year. And so, for him to lose... I mean, not clean, but he lost. It was a clean pin on Rampage. Give the Lucha Brothers a solid team to face. I think Ethan Page and Sky might be the ones to beat them. I do not think so. I think we're far away from knowing exactly what team that will be. Moving forward, though, we went into the AEW TBS, well, I guess it would just be the TBS Championship Tournament quarterfinals. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. This was a match that they made feel important over the past few weeks.
But did it deliver you?
They gave it a lot of time over the past few weeks, being devoted for the feud. And truly, Rana, a step-up Hurricane Rana, didn't get up. Jade catches her, lifts her up, and then power bombs her. It was a good moment. Jade, I thought, looked awesome through this whole fucking thing. They got it right. They got the finish right. You didn't think so?
I mean, I enjoyed the finish. What they booked for the finish. But I mean, if you watch it back, there's just a lot of spots where like timing was off for Velvet. It seemed like even for both times she went for Jaded, she jumped early.
Yeah.
It was just super off. I don't know if maybe it was just me or maybe somebody else out there saw it. It just didn't feel like they were going to click in this match. And it felt like that very early. And it bums me out because, like you said, they gave it a lot of time the last few weeks, really hyping this match, as they should. I mean, it was hyped on Cody Rhodes' show. I forgot what it's called.
Rhodes to the top. Oh, it's fucking brutal. It's so bad.
It's rough. But like they teased it on that even. Because I mean, I just get stuck not wanting to move off the couch after Rampage or Dynamite and it comes on,
Sure.
But like they teased it on there. I know my brother Jordan was super excited about this match. He wanted it to be on Full Gear card. Seeing it tonight, I'm glad it wasn't. But it doesn't take away from how impressive Jade looked. I mean, like you said, that Hurricanrana spot, pretty rough. Her to pull it out of nowhere. The diving crossbody that she halfly caught and threw her ass up to properly get her in the right position.
It's good shit.
And I try not to knock a lot on Velvet because I have seen some of her matches that I did enjoy or was entertained by. Not to say that I've ever given her 3.5 stars or above, but it's not like watching her matches make me want to go take a piss or grab a beer or, whatever the case may be.
This, for me, was a step back in the right direction. Her recent matches threw me off. This was more... I really was very happy with how this turned out, especially considering how both of them can have matches that sort of fall apart. I think they just have a chemistry, it seems like. Like, I'd like to see them wrestle again in the future. There were some rough spots, like you had mentioned, but when you consider both of them and how we have seen some of their matches look a little rough sometimes. I felt like they worked together. I mean, they got a good bit of time too. That was the thing for me. They worked longer than Jade normally does. Like, I mean, is this one of the longer matches Jade has had? Right?
It's the longest,
Okay,
right?
I thought it had to be. I didn't want to make the claim and not know, but I mean, I didn't expect it to go this well, to be honest. I was really happy with it. You know, I don't put very high expectations on certain stuff, and so when it actually goes smooth and, you know, it's nothing that makes me cringe or be like, this is bad, you know, I was thoroughly entertained. You know, I think it's a decent little 2.5, you know?
Yeah, same. And I thought that's exactly where it was. And the biggest thing for me is seeing Jade actively progress. Has to be exciting, right? That's a women. We've talked about it yesterday, right? Again, audio that's never going to be heard because of, you know, some technical difficulties. But this is a really green women's locker room. And so seeing any progression, especially somebody that obviously management holds Jade in high regard. And so moving forward with Jade being kind of the one that they're pushing even down the road to be your star, seeing her progress as much as you saw.
Yeah,
good shit.
She, like, if she can keep up this, you know what I mean? She can take the lead. It felt like she took the lead and Velvet worked underneath and bumped forward. Like, they both played their role. They laid this match out. You know, I don't know how much they talked about it before they went out there, but, you know, it's simple stuff. But, I mean, you got to start somewhere. And if they just keep working matches like this and working the reps, like, they could have a really good match in the future if they decide to rehash this later down the line. I was really happy with it, considering where we're at with this women's division.
Right.
I mean, I hate that I shit on this match as much as I did, because like I said, I don't want to take away from it being a good match in a tournament that was built up for a long time. Like you said, it's 2.5 stars, 2.25, maybe 2 3/4. And that's not saying that the match was bad for me. It just felt a little off in timing. But like you said, they're both green as it gets sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, and Jade's only going to get better. And, dude, Velvet's only going to get better. You're going to be surrounded in a locker room with a lot of people talking in your ear and a lot of people that are going to be right beside you after every single match that are going to tell you what you did great and what you didn't do so great. And, I mean, you got people in that locker room that are working with women's division like Dean Malenko. You got Dustin Rhodes, Jerry Lynn. These are people that can put on grade A matches, you know?
Yep.
And if they book this thing for you and you execute it just the way that they tell you to do it, you're going to have a great match.
You're golden, right? Like, you have people that are going to assist you the whole way through, right? And so they have them in a good spot to be successful. It's just you have to get the right pairings for it to work. And really, I thought Jade looked like a star and helped Velvet look great in this too.
It was such a surprising...
It did not make Velvet look bad at all.
Yeah, it was such a surprising chemistry that came up tonight.
Yeah.
You know, it really was. Like, I was honestly worried. I was like, this ain't going to work. But they... You know, I said it before, say it again, say it a million times. They did a really good job. You know, not a phenomenal match. Don't go out of your way to see it, but progression.
For sure.
Yeah. While we're talking about the tournament, I'm super excited for Thunder Rosa and Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
I think that is going to be a barn burner.
Match of the tournament, potentially.
Oh, for sure.
Both great women wrestlers. I don't want to take... Fuck that. They're both just great wrestlers in general. You can put Thunder Rosa in a match against anybody. She's going to make them and herself look fucking great.
I really think this could be, you know, everybody, or most people, like, we all know how good Jamie Hayter is, but I feel like this could be the match where she's 100% put on the map as, she can fucking go.
She fucking goes,
I really feel like you give these two, like, 15 minutes or a little more, this could be like a coming out party for Jamie Hayter, you know, where you almost start getting some people that are like, damn, I kind of want to cheer her. You know, that was really fucking sick.
I enjoy Jamie Hayter's work a lot. And I think Alex just saw her with her return here. And this is the first time she's noticed her. And she's slowly like, I don't really like her. I don't like her. And I'm like, well, just let her have that first real good match. And it'll change your mind.
And watch those little things she does in the little matches she's already had.
It's good shit.
She has so many little things that she does so perfectly.
The little stuff that she did for the Britt Baker and Tay Conti match at Full Gear. Just her being outside of the ring and selling the match itself. Like I said last night, that no one will ever hear. Rebel and
We're just gonna keep roasting Casey.
The work that Rebel and Hayter did outside of the ring during that match was fucking great.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot. I think that it definitely helped with the crowd after being so exhausted out of all the stuff they've seen in the night, and having them two outside hyping it up and selling with them in the ring. It only helps.
and it brought the crowd back really, because they were dead for the first half of that match. But like I said last night, I just don't see how anybody else comes out as your TBS champion as it has to be Thunder Rosa, right?
Yep.
The reaction she got in Minneapolis, fucking insane. Like, and that's how it's been, right?
Yep.
People go fucking crazy for Thunder Rosa. So
Yes.
I just think if you're gonna do one person for sure to put the belt on and get it hype, it's got to be Thunder Rosa.
And I think Jade has to be in that final, and I think Thunder Rosa
Has to fucking
will make
put
Jade
it on. Yep.
Thunder Rosa, and I don't want to say she's going to make Jamie Hayter because Jamie Hayter can already go, but I think Thunder Rosa in two different ways is going to make two different stars in the end of this tournament.
Yep.
Jamie Hayter, and put her with Jade because everyone loves Thunder Rosa. Have Jade throw her around. You know what I mean? Thunder Rosa's going to make two stars and become champion. That's firmly what I believe.
So does that leave the Baker versus Rosa match later on down the line? I mean, I don't see how you couldn't potentially have a champion versus champion match, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have to at that point.
Yep. Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, dude.
Do you
I
revisit
feel
it that quick, though? Do you revisit it that quick?
In the spring, I'd say with the year anniversary or something. I feel like it's inadvertently what they're building toward. You remember the interview on Dynamite? Britt said, "Don't mention Thunder Rosa's name in my interviews." They're keeping them attached but separate.
Right, and that's how it should be, right? I just don't think you could pull the trigger on them being together again so quickly.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
I don't want to discredit Ruby Soho in this tournament. And
Sure.
I touched on it some with y'all and talked to you about it. I would love for Thunder Rosa to become the first ever TBS champion. I would love that. I want her to be the champion. However, we've talked about how green this women's division is. And the best way to get people and get them in tune and work these very good, snug matches with each other is to get a vet like Ruby Soho and like Thunder Rosa. And they're going to hold this belt. And anyone who gets up these rankings, if they matter that week or not, that finally get there, you're going to have these matches with someone who's been on national television, people that have been to the grand stages of 70, 80,000 people, and you're going to have that experience with them. And I think one of the best ways to build this women's division is you do a weekly open challenge for Ruby Soho TBS Championship every week. That's how you build that.
Jeff said, I don't think Rosa is going to win. I think Jade will shock the world. I think they run Baker versus Rosa at Revolution. Jade wins TBS Championship and feuds with Soho. I could see the Soho-Jade feud just because it would make Jade look awesome, because that's what Ruby Soho is going to do. Fuck, man. I just hate the idea of Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, and I just don't see Jade being ready.
Back on the
January.
On the Jade topic, I do have a pretty strong opinion on it. I really believe I want Thunder Rosa to win, but if it's between Soho and Jade, I really don't think we need to have both women's champions be two very charismatic people who can't lead in the ring. Because you're going to have Britt, and she's already that. She's good in the ring, but is Britt going to go out there and, she's still learning stuff herself.
Yeah, she's not a ring general type, you know what I mean?
Jade, it's just like, I feel like, we need to give it to Ruby or Rosa. I really feel like
one of those things where it's like we're conditioned to think that there has to be a face champion and a heel champion to outweigh each other. Like, do you think that there could be a company that like every single champion is a heel again? So, I mean, the last time we saw that was like Evolution, 2003.
Sure.
Everyone on the show is a champion. I mean, people shit on that era when we're covering it on Up and Over.
For sure. Yeah. We'll get there.
I mean, we love it. I love that shit. But do you think that we're just conditioned to believe that like a minor championship should either be a heel or a face, and then vice versa when it comes to the world title? to like keep the show even. Because I mean, everyone wants the dream build feud. You know, you want the underdog chasing the heel champion. Everybody wants that classic story of the guy that finally gets there. But like once you get it, do you really want it? Like look what happened to Drew McIntyre. Look at what happened to all these wrestlers that everyone said for years, "Oh, I wanted to be world champion. I want it." And then you got it, and now he's coming out with a fucking sword.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
It's you get what you want, and then you want the next thing.
Right.
Exactly. I just feel like now we're in such a time where it's like, I hate to sound like an old wrestling head, you know, but like pro wrestling fans don't want to see things develop. They want things to just be like, oh, it started
Boom,
here,
boom,
and ended
boom,
this fast. Like Eddie and CM Punk. People are so glad it happened fast, it's over. That shit could continue a long time.
That needs to be the anomaly, though. And we discussed this. That was a 5-star match to me that I didn't give 5 stars. It was quick, concise, got in, got out, made the shit happen, didn't overstay its welcome, and it fucking ruled the whole way, right?
And
you sold that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You sold that in 2 weeks. It was the best Punk match we've seen in almost a full decade, if not a full decade, right?
One of his best matches of all time.
One of the best Eddie Kingston matches of all time. And if you weren't invested in that, you just don't fucking like wrestling.
Yeah.
Right? And so...
I touched on it before. Like, it's more than just you don't like wrestling. These two dudes are guys that you literally would know in real life.
Right.
These guys aren't superstars. They don't look like your Lex Luger. They don't look like your John Cena. These are dudes that you just plain out want to see beat the shit out of each other.
And they did.
Care if you're a wrestling fan, a casual fan. CM Punk walks out in these boxer shorts. He's not in his regular tights or his long johns.
You don't get its clobber in time.
Yeah. He's out here because he's just going to whoop your ass.
You show this match to a non-wrestling fan, I guarantee you they'd be like, oh, this is cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
Yep. Courtland, moving forward, what do we have, bud?
We have match announcements for next week.
Yes, I wrote
I
these
don't
down,
have
too.
a whole lot of them down, but I mean, we got QT Marshall, CM Punk. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I actually took note of this one part. So, yeah, the CM Punk QT Marshall, that developed in an interview.
Two promos backstage.
Yeah, did you cover that earlier already?
I did not.
Okay.
No, I figured we jumped it to now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, QT came up and essentially was talking about how he's going to put Punk to sleep and so on and so forth, and Punk responds with the promo. QT wants to embarrass Punk in Chicago in his hometown.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, Punk reiterates are there any higher stakes than CM Punk in Chicago?
Yes.
Right? I don't know if this is a thing that they're trying to push QT to be like, oh, maybe he is. Like, this match should be a 3 or 4 minute banger, just Punk beats the shit out of QT and you move on from it. This shouldn't be fucking happening.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean,
then you had Punk mention Anthony Ogogo as well.
I think they just wanted to have Punk in a match in Chicago. It's going to be a squash. Everyone's going to be happy to see him beat up QT. Boom, boom, bang. I feel like there's a post-match angle.
In his hometown.
Oh, no.
The crowd's not going to give a shit. He's not, you know.
I think you definitely have to run a post-match angle, though. Something.
Oh, absolutely. He has to know. All right, we need a follow-up to this MJF.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, all we got was MJF saying there's nobody in the back that compares. CM Punk's music hits, walks out of the ring. As he gets to the step, music cuts. Crowd's losing their absolute shit. No words are spoken. Haven't touched.
Punk just laughs at the handshake.
Maxwell, puts his hand out. CM Punk looks at it, looks him up and down, smirks, gets out of the ring. MJF says, "Are you fucking serious?" And
it's a slam dunk with nothing.
Yep.
Exactly. It's like, we've talked about this before. Do you remember years ago, Monday Night Raw? I think Chris Jericho returned after an injury, comes out, music, pyro, everyone is ecstatic. Everyone's pumped. This man gets a mic, gets in the ring, decides to put it down, gets out and just runs in circles, cheering for like 10 minutes. And then he just leaves. And he says nothing. He turned heel without saying a word. Everyone in the crowd was cheering this man before he was there. And then by the time he left, they're all pissed. They're
That was
just
it.
the maddest. And that was one of the references about like Bryan Danielson being able to turn a crowd within a sentence. Because there's only a few people that are able to speak very short sentences to turn a whole crowd, or just don't say anything at all.
Yep. So that's definitely going to be an interesting one. And they also announced for Dynamite Cody, Pac, and the Lucha Bros versus FTR, Andrade, and Malachi Black, 8-man tag.
They reiterated that. That was announced on Wednesday. That was announced on Dynamite, which it could be cool. But we roasted the shit out of that 6-man tag.
Yeah.
We roasted the shit out of it. Or just the tag match, rather.
Speaking
Right.
of Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, and that's going to be...
all of Dark Order, and he heard that there's a Chicago boy in the Dark Order, and he's going to kick his head in his hometown.
Yep.
Do you think, I mean, it's not do you think, Brian's going over here, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
He's just got to...
He's been making people look... He's been making people look fucking great, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's going to make Colt Cabana look great. I'm not the biggest Colt Cabana fan. I mean, I've gone on to say hundreds of times I don't like Carney-style wrestling. And that's what... Colt Cabana's always kind of been circus act wrestling. It's not my favorite. You know, it's like... what's that dude in WWE a few years ago? I just hated this man so much. Jack something. Had a mustache, carried a fucking umbrella.
You're talking about Jack Gallagher.
Jack Gallagher.
Jack Gallagher.
Anger just seething in there.
Yeah, I just don't like carny wrestling.
Yeah.
If
it makes a mockery out of pro wrestling, I'm not fucking here for it.
Cabana has made a full career on it, though.
I will
absolutely
traveled the world on it.
I will say
he
does what
he does well. It's just not
your
my
thing.
Pro wrestling.
Sure.
I feel like this is a very cool match that should be happening on TV. Colt Cabana, you know, the Bucks even to give him credit. He started this entire wave. You know, he put them on to selling merch at independent shows. He got the PWT's things going.
Without Colt Cabana, is AEW even a thing?
And then the Bucks have said it themselves in their book, to Mike's point. But then also you go back, and also Colt Cabana even tweeted this. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but Bryan Danielson and Colt Cabana did a documentary in around 2009, 2010, The Wrestling Road Diaries.
Yeah, the first one.
Colt Cabana tweeted out, he said that he gave AEW rights to the footage from that. So who knows, we might get some funny video package to kind of add a little bit of
Have you ever seen those?
Context to it.
I have them on DVD. I need to get them.
Do you
to
really?
You. Yeah. They're signed by Colt Cabana. It's the most random shit that I have. It says to Mike, Colt Cabana.
I didn't expect you to have that.
Fucking weird.
This is just another one of those matches, just like Danielson and Rocky Romero from the other week. Obviously, Rocky Romero, is definitely known for being a great wrestler, but to me, it's just one of those matches that has to happen. The fact that both of these guys are on national TV after working each other so much in the early 2000s. Same thing with Cabana. It's just like, this is just going to be cool. And with the run everyone's on, Cabana's in the fucking hottest babyface stable in the company. And then Danielson's fucking beating the shit out of everybody. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. And then we get into our main event.
You forgot.
Well, you
forgot something.
Daniel Garcia and Eddie
Kingston for Friday. My fault.
Next Friday. Yep.
And we get AEW Winter is Coming on Wednesday, December 15th.
Can we talk about Eddie Kingston and Daniel Garcia for a minute?
Sting.
Right. But Kingston Garcia better be an ass whooping. It better be a banger, too. And it will be.
Since needs something very strong to come back from the CM Punk. And not saying that CM Punk hurt him at all, because it didn't. It only helps.
Elevated
But
him.
you just got to sharpen that tool a little bit more, man. Eddie Kingston, like Mike has said for the last fucking year and a half,
is
Eddie
God.
Kingston
You shut the fuck up when God's on TV.
Yeah, exactly. This man it feels like to me his last 3 months, he just can't do wrong in my eyes. And for some weird reason, I did not like Eddie Kingston when I originally saw him years ago. I just didn't get it. And I don't know why I didn't like it, but I think what really did it was seeing him in person for me. And watching him wrestle, I was like, damn. This is just
It makes
like I said,
sense.
casual ass dude who loves pro wrestling,
Yeah.
and same reason that I love Butcher and the Blade. They're just badasses
Yeah.
that thankfully just love pro wrestling like the rest of us.
I really think this match is gonna be fucking awesome. Kingston sold everyone on it in fucking 30 seconds.
That's it.
That's all it fucking took. I'm glad 2.0 is showed back up. I'm glad Daniel Garcia is getting another one because to me, once like you said, Kingston needs a big match, not a big match, but a good showing, a big showing.
Yep.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna like squash Dan Garcia, but it's gonna be a fight.
Hot
you know what
take
I mean?
though.
Huh? Oh no! Don't.
I think you could see Daniel Garcia win this match.
Really?
I think you could see Daniel Garcia win this match.
He hasn't won hardly anything though.
They're gonna run with some like Eddie Kingston's going to like go to a very dark place.
If Kingston turns heel, they were turning Mox heel, right? Then Mox had to go away.
But you don't turn King heel right now, man. He made him boo Punk.
Oh, man, I mean that's true, man. But fuck,
This is so organic. You can't cut off that. You can't cut it off, man. That's
dude.
Yeah,
all
you
I'm
gotta-
saying is,
you
if
gotta-
it happens,
you're doing.
You gotta fill that bitch up with diesel and let it go to the moon because
sure.
it's got a rocket ship on it. You just gotta put fuel on it.
My thing is it's being handed to AEW on a silver platter. Eddie is a babyface.
For sure.
Eddie as a heel, bring it at some point. Now here's that's the thing. You compare it to Moxley. Mox is ready to go heel, or before he went out. Now it's gonna be like everyone's gonna love him when he comes back even more. So now I don't know, but he was at the place before he took his time off. He was ready to go heel. King hadn't even heated up. Like you need to run him as a face, and then before that ship sails, fucking cut it.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Next we get the G Mark Henry. The main event is coming. I love this that they're doing this with Mark Henry.
It's kind of his thing, and he's almost in. You can see the happiness on his face.
He likes
Oh,
this.
dude, he fucking loves it. He fucking loves it, and
It's
I love
good
it,
shit.
dude. I'm glad that he has a place on television. I hope to see more of them on commentary and wherever else we can get Mark Henry. People fucking love Mark Henry forever, dude. I mean, what you gonna do? You know, terrifying guy.
Right.
We get the Click and Super Click rather, and Jurassic Express with Christian here, and I have written down the only thing of this little promo here. Jungle Boy says, "First match of fishes I ever watched, I won," which I thought was pretty funny.
That is
But
good. I didn't catch that. That's good.
I don't like the disrespect on Bobby Fish, but that's
Ethan here loves the shit.
oh man.
I have good things to say about this match though.
Oh yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
got great to say about this match. Adam Cole and Fish come out together, which I thought was cool. Adam Cole's song is badass. Also, I have written down.
It's everything it needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. I have written down because the first time I saw it in this event, there's a sign that says, "You can take a cowboy shit on my chest."
Hold on. Yeah. Weird. Hold on real quick. Ethan,
Right.
did you just do the Undisputed Era Adam Cole song?
Mm-hmm.
You did. And it took me a minute, but then it kicked in, and I was like, oh, boom. You know what I mean? Like, it hit
I'm
me.
a closet Undisputed Era fan.
Yeah?
No.
No, I don't like them. Fuck them.
Raw Dog. Shout out
We
Raw
get
Dog.
Adam Cole and Jungle Boy. They start off with a collar and elbow tie-up, which you boys know I fucking love. Every match should start off with a collar and elbow tie-up.
That's how Ethan and I, that's how we greet each other. Ethan and I greet each other with collar and elbow tie-ups.
I love that. Hunter and I used to do that shit to each other all the time growing up. Like, especially if you're just walking down a hallway and you just see each other and just do a spin real quick, pass each other. I don't really know why Jungle Boy does 2 of these springboard arm drags that he does. Sit down on the rope, bounce back, arm drag. It looks great. 2 of them doesn't do me a whole lot. Fish gets love finally by the crowd. What, Ethan, you got something to say?
He's just getting fired up over Bobby Fish.
I just like seeing you two, man. I just like it. This is a good show tonight.
I love the love that Bobby Fish gets from the crowd. He hasn't gotten it. It feels like the AEW crowd is really accepting it now. they're starting to learn his style. Like they said in commentary tonight, you're not going to get flashy stuff out of Bobby Fish. You're not going to get a crazy promo.
He has a
from him.
formula.
Absolutely. And it's put you into a corner and open palm strike your chest, and I'm going to kick the inside of your leg a fuck ton. And he had a really cool, I didn't write it down, I forgot. I can't even think of the word, corkscrew, leg corkscrew. Tonight that was super clean.
Like a dragon whip type thing?
Yeah. Dragon screw. Thank you.
Dragon screw leg whip.
Yeah.
We just gave that move 7 different names.
It's midnight, you fucks.
Yeah, I'm not a play-by-play guy, so I'm not gonna get every single spot. Cole does one of my favorite moves that he does. Can't think of it at the moment. It's fireman carry to a neck breaker on the knee. Super clean. Keep wanting to call it a Uranagi when I just know that it's not. Yoshi Garoshi? Is that what's called?
We're living.
Okay.
We're live, pal.
All right.
God damn it.
Aubrey Edwards is selling the shit out of this hot tag that Luchasaurus gets.
And it fucking rules.
Yeah, and it ruled, dude. I've gone on record to say that I'm not the biggest fan of the gimmicks that Luchasaurus have and Jungle Boy have, just because I love the kids. Glad they're doing it for the kids. But, dude, you're huge. You could be in any position not in a dragon mask, and you'd be great. You're fucking how tall, and you're doing shooting star presses. Like, you can do without the gimmick and still get by just fine. There's a really cool tag with a cool, like, diamond cutter-esque tag move here from Lucha Express, Jungle Boy Express, whatever they're calling
Jurassic Express.
Jurassic Express.
We're live, pal.
Sorry, pronouns, pal. I love the suplex to roundhouse kick that Cole and Bobby Fish do as a tag team. Kyle O'Reilly and Fish did it a lot for the Undisputed Era in NXT. I love that spot. There's a great exchange between Cole and Jungle Boy here towards the finish. Panama Sunrise reversal.
It's the best move in wrestling.
It is. It's fucking
Shout
beautiful.
out Petey.
Shout out Red.
Petey Williams.
There's a very scary belly to belly into the turnbuckle from Jungle Boy to Fish here, but we get Adam Cole calling down the Young Bucks, and as they come down the ramp, here comes Christian with that damn steel chair. He chases them all the way out the building, practically. Adam Cole included, leaving Bobby Fish out to dry. Gets put into the snare trap, Snapdragon fruit fly. I don't know. Gets put into the STF. And
It's a fucking snare trap. We're gonna call it what it is.
It's in it.
A snare trap, snap trap,
Snapdragon Dragonfly. Good shit. He hits it with a snare trap. This is right at 10 minutes that this goes off.
Yep, and the Click looks on from the stage. Jungle Boy selling how he's just going to beat the shit out of Adam Cole. Coming very soon. I'm going to really enjoy this match that the two of them are going to put on eventually in this one-on-one. That I think a lot of people are not expecting to see how great the both of them are going to do together. I think they complement each other a lot.
Yep.
Oh yeah. It to me, it really makes me think of not that this person and Jungle Boy have similar character arcs or anything, but just where both guys are in their career. It reminds me a lot of Adam Cole's match he had with Trevor Lee in PWG in 2014. At the time, not to go off on a tangent on it, it's just one of those things where I don't like some Adam Cole matches. I really dislike a lot of them, but he can really make somebody. And I think he's going to fucking make Jungle Boy.
Yeah, not an Adam Cole fan here. It's crazy.
I'm an Adam.
I'm a huge Adam Cole mark. I love.
Mike wants me to have a debate, and I don't want to have
It's not that I want you to have a debate. It's just that he did not like Adam Cole in NXT because Adam Cole in NXT was like the Shawn Michaels experiment, essentially. That's what it came to.
Dude, I get that. But if there's going to be a match of somebody as a wrestler that's going to give me 10 super kicks in a single match, I'd rather it be Adam Cole where they actually look pretty good. You know, like there's just a lot of stuff that Adam Cole does when the rivalry gets to a point that I enjoy. Like super kicks to the back of the head, super enjoy that spot. I enjoy like I forgot what the fuck that's called too. It's like a super kick to the back of the head. You immediately wrap both arms around them from behind. Do a German,
straight jacket German
on for like another back, like low ball super kick. And all those are sick. Like him doing the blind spot, thinking he's gonna do one to the head. You cover yourself up, drops one to the knee. Like it's just beautiful shit. And a lot of times it's the little nuances about Adam Cole that a lot of people I feel like miss. But dude, I definitely agree. I'm so glad he's away from NXT and not taking full Shawn Michaels fucking.
Yeah.
Here's my perfect. Here's my way to cover it all without going into an Adam Cole, Shawn Michaels, Mike Klinsky, Ethan Lewis debacle. Here's my way of covering that and wrapping this match.
And the night.
Huh?
And the night.
This match. Now here's this. Adam Cole can have a good big match. Bobby Fish cannot. I just want to say this before I get into this. This tag, though, for the two of them, this is the perfect... Oh, no, debate time. I can see it on his face.
It's hurting Courtland's feelings.
This tag match was the perfect scenario for these guys. Adam Cole can have a great big match, but Adam Cole can also get lost and fucking do way too fucking much. You're on TV, you got 10, 11 minutes, no time was wasted, no extra bullshit. This match rocked. I liked it better than the trios match at Falls Count Anywhere match at the pay-per-view because you didn't overstay its welcome. It wasn't boom, boom, boom. You get it. It made sense. It was a great tag team television match.
Well, I just want to say that just because Bobby Fish hasn't been given a 5-star match in a singles match doesn't mean that him as a tag team with Kyle O'Reilly or anybody else in NXT didn't deserve the ratings that they got. There's matches that the Undisputed Era put on while they were holding those tag belts that are just, they're not comparable with anything else. To me, with NXT, with that small group, you really had tag teams that, I mean, I'm going to talk about FTR and the Revival. But you had the Revival, you had them, and then you had Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. And I'm not the biggest Johnny Gargano fan, just because I'm just not. I think that if there's anyone who ever wanted to be Shawn Michaels, it's Johnny Gargano, and
they're all in line behind one another.
Yeah.
Ciampa too.
And when it comes to Johnny Gargano, dude, like you're just stop doing cross.
Here it is, right here. Here it is.
Spider-Man, you're like 40.
Staring at the hands, baby. Storytelling.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not to take away from them. Like the DIY Revival, 2 out of 3 falls. I believe it's NXT Toronto.
I gave it 5.
I believe it's where it's at. Dude, that is a 5-star fucking tag
Fantastic.
team.
Fantastic.
It's phenomenal. I can't
Fantastic.
pick out a single thing that I would take away from it.
Me either.
And then you have I believe it's TakeOver Phoenix. It's Undisputed Era versus AOP and another tag team. I believe it was a triple threat. But like the selling between Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, both just phenomenal in that match. And then you have Bobby Fish in any position.
That was DIY, the Revival and AOP, right?
AOP, right?
Yeah, because you had FTR Bald and Tommaso do like the spot. I thought. Like the knee spot.
There's not a lot of people that can work with people like fucking Akam and Arkham, dude. Like,
oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Huge people. Bobby Fish is one of those people in a tag team that can go up against them, and it looks believable when they sell for him.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, yeah. By the way, my comment wasn't about him in tag matches, by the way. Him in tag matches is great. He's best in tags.
Him as a tag team special. I mean,
For sure.
Even during the commercial, they cut the ring in half. It's fast tags between the two. And yeah, like a lot of the saves from Bobby Fish aren't the best saves in the world, you know? Like I said, they're not flashy. He's not pulling you in for an Zaguri or doing 3 simultaneous Germans for you or like running the ropes. He's just grabbing you wrapping your legs up around him, tree rooting you, and he's holding you there waiting for a tag for someone to come jump.
Oh, yeah, they're just fine. Yeah, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with them at all.
Tag team wrestling. You want someone to do a spin in front of a person to block them from getting that hot tag. You want that tag to be hot. You don't want it to happen within the first 2 minutes of your babyface being stuck. You know, the last thing I want is a tag match that lasts 4 minutes. That does me nothing.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's wrap this thing up. Before we get out of here, I just want to say one thing. It was reported today that Andy Williams, the Butcher, tore his biceps just as he came back from All Out, at All Out, rather. So he's been in for 2.5 months. I just want to say, Andy, if you did tear your biceps and you somehow hear this, man, from all of us here at the Pro Wrestling Truth and Up and Over, we just want to wish you some love and to get better soon.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for being here for the... Oh.
One more thing. There was releases yesterday. I just want to give a shout out to the people that were released.
Sure.
Drake Maverick dropped a video. Fucking awesome. Little vignette if you haven't seen it. And he says it even in the video, in the vignette. You can't be fired from pro wrestling.
Right.
You can be fired from a company, but you cannot be fired from being a pro wrestler. Don't let it get you down. There's great talent out there. There's so many companies that would love every single one of you. Don't let this get you down. It's just another bump in the road of WWE being
WWE. That's it.
And just don't let it drain you out, man, because there's great people. Shout out Johnny Elite, or whenever you want to come, we would love to have you, bud. Love to have you.
Well, I'm going to wrap this thing up with a little bow, guys. Thanks for being here for the inaugural episode of the Pro Wrestling Truth Presents AEW Rampage Recap. We'll be here next Friday back on YouTube, and we'll see you then. Y'all have a great week.
Hit subscribe. Follow at the PW Truth on Twitter, Up and Over Pod. See y'all next week.